Singer says no! Singer's incredible 6-game winning streak finally comes to a close, putting him up there with one of the longest winning streaks in ICPA history, although not the longest. Still, though, Singer had a great performance, third highest scoring team on the week, and still the highest scoring team on the year by almost 100 points. No reason to lower him, still holding steady at that top spot. What a year it has been for the old man of the league, rising from the local hospice where he resided for the early portion of the year to ripping off 5 wins in a row, and now finds himself tied for second in the West Division and also 5th in overall points for in the league. And now he gets Saquon back to tandem with Tyreek Hill, both people capable of putting up 30 to 40 points each and every week. Be interesting to see how long he can continue this win streak. Can he pass up Singer's? Only 2 more wins, and he'll have a 7-game win streak, passing up Singer's lengthy win streak on the year. Excited to see how it plays out. If anyone took it out this week, besides me, of course, it would be Kevin. Not only did he put up an abysmal 86.9 points this week, also, he lost his tandem duo, pretty redundant there. His tandem duo, pair of running backs, Aaron Jones and Elijah Mitchell. Aaron Jones out the next couple weeks. Eli Mitchell, broken finger, questionable for this week. Probably not going to play unless he pulls out that Russell Wilson broken finger training model of 19 hours a day, because he proved how productive that was for him coming back and looking god-awful. Anyways, though, no running backs this week. Cooper Kupp on a bye. It's going to be an ugly week for him. The only reason why I only dropped him 1 slot, though, is because we know who this man is. The waiver wire magician. Who knows what bullshit he's going to pull. Picking up someone who's projected for 0.2 points right now that no one's considering even looking at. Even scrolling that far, he'll pick up and probably put up 25 points. Somehow we'll put up close to 110 points. I'm not sure how he does it, but for that reason, only dropped him 1 spot. Plymouth holds steady, rounding out the top third of the league here at number 4. Coming off a win, Plymouth has a pretty decent trio of RBs. Darrell Henderson, Damian Harris, and Joe Mixon now coming back from bye. And we know now when Damian Harris goes down, Ramondre Stevenson can answer the call and actually look better than Damian Harris did with the receiving work. Receivers continue to be a question mark with Plymouth, but of course Travis Kelce is there to bring up what the receivers are not, when the receivers are not performing. So still, liking this team, have a positive outlook, but can see those receivers really holding them back in the playoffs. But this is a regular season power ranking, so he's here at number 4. Wilson was the one who unfortunately took an L against the aforementioned Plem. Gets Russell back. We all know that Russell last week was kind of a fluke, cold Lambeau Field. I'm sure he's going to look better. He gets Nick Chubb back as well to slot into the RB1 spot. And then he has a really solid trio of receivers. CeeDee Lamb, Mike McCarthy said, will be playing this week, so no worries there. Devontae Adams, Jerry Jeudy's back and probably going to get better and better. Got her at tight end. Things are looking good for him. Pretty solid team overall, so took the L this week, but only dropping him a couple spots here to number 5. I sounded the alarm on Jason, and he followed it up with a loss. I remember I made power rankings 2 weeks ago, but then this following week, he finally pulled out the win and actually was the highest scoring team on the week. Pretty impressive for a guy that's constantly in an all-time loose panic mode. But still, only 1 win. I don't rise people that far after 1 win, even if it is really impressive. Now, if you can couple that with a 2nd win against the mighty Founder, then he'll jump up some spots. However, if I can pull out the victory, we know Jason is going to unload his team. Who knows what he's capable of in that sort of panic. Oof. Scary thought, but also very exciting. I hope it happens. Lieber keeps winning, albeit in very unimpressive fashion. This week putting up 94 points, but played someone who put up 67 in the clash of the pod host. He got C-Mac back, and C-Mac did what C-Mac does, putting up 20 points without a touchdown, which C-Mac seems to do so consistently. He is unbelievable. Now he gets Montgomery back. Fournette, a really good trio of RBs, has pretty solid receivers. So actually, the team actually isn't that bad. They just don't really perform together in any given week. If there's ever a week where they all looked good, he's going to put up a shit ton of points. But we've yet to see that team do it, and until it does, I can't really rise him too far. But because of all the collapses happening around him, there's a lot of shit shows behind him in the rankings that we'll get to. He's sitting here now at, where are we? Number 6, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, number 7. But close to the top half of the rankings. And now we've reached the mosh pit of 4 and 6 teams, all fighting for those last 2 playoff spots. And we start with KO leading the pack, putting up a decent performance, 100 points, but he ran into the high-scoring team last week. But he's going to get a huge bump now with Aaron Jones out a couple weeks. We saw what Aaron Dillon does, or what's his name? A.J. Dillon. What he does as the lead back, looking like an absolute stud, made an awesome reception as well. He gets Clyde back. And while he has some concerns at receiver, he has 2 really solid tight ends. There's rumors of him trotting out the jumbo package this week. I don't think anyone would blame him if he did. And honestly, it wouldn't look too bad if he did. Dan Arnold is looking like the number 1 receiver for the Jags, getting a ton of targets. So that might be enough to couple with all those running backs he has to lead to victory. Spiller rises to number 9 on the rankings, putting up 135 points this past week and halting Singer and the Jonathan Taylor train in their tracks. Got a huge boost this week with Mark Ingram. If Kamara's out another week, which he might be, Mark Ingram's going to be out there again. He looked like the Mark Ingram of old. And Spiller really has a lot of pieces that he can plug and play. I mean, he has Zach Moss, who's looking like, a flexible asset. DeAndre Hopkins, Jamar Chase, just an endless list of receivers. Christian Kirk even, even Devin Singletary if Zach Moss gets hurt. So a ton of ways to move around this lineup to field a pretty decent roster. Keep putting these wins together, and then you can rise up the ranking. But just rising here so far to number 9. Back-to-back disgusting performances after losing my king, Derrick Henry, for the year. I went on to trade 2 consistent double-digit assets for a total of 0 points. Not a smart move on my part. We'll definitely take some notes on that and try to get better. But again, I have to pull out some Kevin waiver wire magic this week to pull off a win and really set up my team for a little win streak to desperately ride into the number 8 spot. That's the goal right now, really, top 6 spots. Seems like it's out of the question with everyone on my team gone. A lot of questions, a lot of concerns, but try to keep a positive outlook here. Big drop for me here to number 10. What's even grosser than what I did is putting up 67 points with almost an entire full, healthy roster. I mean, he was missing Kyler Murray, but that's your quarterback. Tannehill still put up 18 points, a pretty good performance, and still, this team only put up 67 points. I don't know how you look yourself in the face after that. I don't know how you look your team in the face after that. And most importantly, I don't know how you look across your computer screen and look your fellow pod host in the face after that, after you just lost to that said pod host. Caps is the lowest scoring team on the year, the only one below 1,000 total points, even below the rookie, who will be number 12 on the rankings. But he does have pretty much a fully healthy roster. You want to think this is a fluke, although it's looked pretty bad in the past. But you have to say the outlook is going to be better in the future. But how hilarious would it be if this is just what Cap's team is? I mean, again, 67 points, almost fully healthy roster. Not much else to say. Number 11.